Okay. I think we're live.
Are we?
It looks like it. I mean,
Okay, I'm trying to get to the thing so I can verify.
um, it's going.
Forgot to forgot to sub. I think I forgot to sub to the account to locked and loaded on my account.
Um, uh, it's just stream is offline, so maybe not. Hold on. Let me just. It says offline. Yeah. Um. It's saying. It's saying. Okay, so currently Google Hangouts is streaming to YouTube,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think we are online. Okay, hold on. So give the live stream a title, click go live now, or enter the time scheduled later. Use Hangouts to broadcast live. Okay. Says we are currently live.
It is showing that we're live up in the top corner.
Just YouTube doesn't seem to want to see that. Here. Go on my phone. So you're not subscribed to.
I guess not. I'm looking for it. There's so many locked and loaded.
It's the one with the really terrible main
Yeah, there's
image.
so many of them.
Nope. Hold on.
Yeah, there's so.
We're fucking live. Holy shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is the reason why you don't put me in charge of this shit. Oh, God damn it. Okay.
Send me a link to the damn channel.
Uh, um,
So I can see people making fun of us because we're talking and we don't think we're live. That's hilarious.
oh, shit. Go back. Um, Dashboard. View channel. No, fuck you. Dashboard. This is ridiculous. All right. So I'm
Oh, that
sending that
reminds me.
thing. Yeah.
I have to change Sunny's name.
Oh yeah, on the Discord or
Mm-hmm.
what is it currently at? Oh, hashtag format. Here, let me click on it. Okay. Yeah. So, here is the video, and I'm gonna post this shit because we are doing so fucking well right now. I'm gonna do that here.
Oh, it does say I'm subscribed. Why the hell couldn't I find it?
I have no idea. We have nobody watching. All right, so
There's oh, let's
would you like to restart this here? How about why don't we do
No, I
that?
mean we've got people watching now.
Oh no! Oh, now we do. Now we do.
Now we've got people watching.
Bullshit! I'm somebody.
I mean, I'm not even worrying about any openings or exits or anything like that because this is an unorthodox locked and loaded tonight since
Yeah.
our one of our necessary people aren't here.
Right. Yeah. We're missing out on Buck, and I am left to do the actual live stream, but I didn't ask Buck for his OBS shit. So now I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to even go live 5 minutes before 7 o'clock.
It's perfect form, buddy. It's perfect form.
Hey, I mean, I had the at least know how to be like, all right, why don't we just use Google Hangouts this time?
Yeah, I mean, it works.
Yeah.
And this way we can actually add people in rather relatively easily. We can just, post a link.
Right.
Speaking of which, why don't you go ahead and post a link to it in the cross promote so that people might come in and actually be interested in what's going on.
Post a link to the stream.
Yeah.
I've already done that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
So on top of shit.
When I figured out we were fucking live, I'm like, oh shit! All right,
we're live. Oh god, we're not live. We're not live. We're not live. Yeah, we're not live. Oh shit, we're live. What? Make up your mind.
for like the first 5 minutes of this stream, it's probably just you and me just being like, what's going on? It says we're live.
Is it working?
Jesus Christ.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right. So today we have a very weird stream in context of Locked and Loaded. As you can probably tell, it's just me and Pig because Buck is
decided to abandon us because he makes poor life decisions.
Well,
apparently money is more important than making an ass of yourself on while broadcasting to 7 or 8 people.
Right. He has a Muslim wedding today, apparently, which is the reason why the title of this stream is Muslim Weddings Are Inconvenient.
Because apparently they can't have the Muslim weddings can't take place on a Sunday or a Saturday like normal people do. So there's that. And the Drunken Peasants are live right now. That's nice.
Fuck them.
They're live like almost every night, aren't they?
I don't know. I've never actually watched the Drunken Peasants.
I've watched like 1 or 2 episodes. Like, I think the last time I actually watched a Drunken Peasants episode was, oh my god, almost 2 years ago. And that was when I first discovered Jeff. Like, I was, what's this Drunken Peasants thing? And I watch it, and then there's Jeff, and he's talking to TJ and what's his face. I was like, this is kind of interesting. And then I watched another one. I was like, this is kind of dumb.
TJ has never interested me, so I've never.
Yeah, same.
I've never actually gone off and watched The Drunken Peasants because that was his show. And even after they've restructured, I mean, I might be a little bit more interested in it because I'm pretty sure Billy the Fridge is a regular on it, isn't he? I don't know. And I've met and worked with Billy the Fridge, and he's fucking fun as hell.
Okay.
So today we're just gonna basically talk about random bullshit. We're not even going to read articles. Like, I'm thinking I've pulled up something about one of the topics that I have been just genuinely interested in over the past week, and that is a celebrity artist and just all around person named Kanye West. I'm not going to call him a genius.
So let's go ahead and hear your thoughts.
So as what most people have seen over the past like 2 weeks, Kanye West has decided to come out as not liberal. And so I've just been like paying attention to his different interviews, his Twitter, just all those different things, and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And while I've been doing this, I've been noticing just this enormous amount of people who are just being the least
Spurring out.
charitable. Yeah, but they're being the least charitable they can be with anything he says. Um, like how everyone reacted to the 400 years of slavery comment.
Yeah, well, that was if you understood what he was trying to say, it makes sense.
Right, right, and it does like it. It's him saying like the majority, like because slavery only was around for like what 260
100,
years,
yeah.
200,
It ended
260
like
something.
150 years ago, so.
Yeah, it ended 150 years ago. So that if slavery's been around for 400 years, that last part of it, that 160, 140, or whatever the number is, years has been a choice of people living still in it. And it was basically just talking about him. He's just talking about his, I don't know, his just view on a term that we've all been using is like victim culture. Uh,
Uh-huh.
it's been him diving into that, being like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you'd think he'd just start like, dipping his toe in and be like, okay, I'm starting to understand what people are talking about now. All right, yeah. No, he full on cannonballed into this stuff and started spouting things out before he could properly actually articulate what he's thinking.
I think to be honest, Kanye really doesn't understand what he's saying.
No, no, he
Um,
doesn't. It's not hard to believe though. He's a fucking idiot.
I'm not. We had that conversation a little bit earlier. I think one of my one of my just the ways that I've been thinking about this has been a lot to do with the fact that Kanye West doesn't understand how to talk within the controversial political like sphere of the world. This side of the world that is um extremely overheated, extremely just reactionary, and Kanye does not understand how to communicate within it because for someone who does understand, walking up and saying what he said the way he said it would have never happened
Well,
because
to be fair, he couldn't communicate his way out of a wet paper bag, so.
yeah, I
And
mean,
I'm being generous here. I mean, he's somehow incredibly successful, and got some kind of talent, some kind of genius of some kind, uh, to have the money that he has and to be as successful as he is. But let's let's be honest here. He couldn't communicate his way out of a wet paper bag with holes in it.
it, yeah, it definitely seems like that based on like just
And
how
like, if you really, if you pay attention to what he's saying, he's trying. He's really trying to communicate it, but it's just,
yeah,
yeah.
he's very much trying to come up with words that he just cannot. And
And a
he's
lot of
running
that probably has to do with the fact that he doesn't read books.
right. But it when you but like I mean it's specific the specific wordage that he is using like he didn't set up that statement, that 400 years of slavery statement at all. He just said it, and granted, yeah, if you sit there and you actually think about what he said, you can kind of, decode it or just like figure out what he was trying to say. But he, the reason why I say he doesn't understand how to talk within this political spectrum is because you're not going to get people on that side that you're trying to talk to with that statement to even understand
Well,
how what you
yeah,
meant by it.
you have to you have to actually think about it, and I think Sargon actually said it pretty well. Is like one of the reasons why he's having such a hard time communicating his ideas is that the people he's trying to communicate his ideas to are just incapable of understanding the ideas that he's trying to communicate in the first place.
Right.
You
And
know, it's,
yeah,
it's You could you can explain quantum physics as much as you want to a 5-year-old. It doesn't matter how well you explain it. That 5-year-old's not going to get it.
And
And
just
you
on
have
top.
somebody you have basically have a 7-year-old trying to explain to 5-year-olds what quantum physics is at this point. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
That's basically what it is right now.
But yeah, it's been it's been really funny because like I remember when the first thing came out when he was it the interview, like I think that was like the catalyst of this, when he came back onto social media. Was the catalyst, was that the tweet about Candace Owens, or was it the
I'm
interview?
pretty sure it was Candace Owens. He tweeted about meeting Candace Owens at some event,
Hmm.
and this whole Candace Owens thing. He started talking to her and things like that. I think that I want to kind of just say this really quick. I don't like Candace Owens.
Oh no, neither
I
do
I
I.
think Candace Owens is a snake. And there are a number of right talk show host people like what's his name, something Graham and John Burke. It's like I've been following John Burke since both for like a year and a half now. But back when he was just doing in the arena fitness before he went on TV with John Cena and before he got his started getting into doing his broadcasts and stuff, and it's like they're all. I just want to just reach out to them and tell them, hey, sure, a lot of what Candace Owens is saying right now is good, but keep in mind that Candace Owens also tried to create this place called Social Autopsy, which
Hmm.
is basically a doxing database. And I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. Is that's exactly what it was. It's so that, and so yeah, I cannot bring myself to be favorable of Candace Owens.
I don't like Candace Owens. Candace Owens also doesn't understand how to talk within this political spectrum either. Candace Owens, like she is one of those people that I hear and I'm just like, yeah, no, you're you're not you're not doing anything to help anyone. You're not currently in a position to where you even understand how to change people's minds. Like she's sitting there and she's extremely condescending and extremely just
Well, where
like
do
I
you
think
what do you expect? She learned how to talk to people on the left.
right, right, but she doesn't understand how to respond to any of this. Like let's
Well,
you
exactly. She learned how to do this on the other side of the fence, where that's all they know how to do is talk condescendingly to you, and then and freak out about it.
right. I mean, a solid example of this is like the peak of Candace Owens. I actually didn't realize she even existed anymore until fucking Kanye
Until a
tweeted out of
couple
her.
of couple of days ago.
Yeah, and so like the peak of this was the Rubin debate between her and Blair White,
Yeah,
and
I
her,
watched that.
her first fucking statement in that when they go live is, "I'm not calling you a her." Just like, really, really, this is how you open up this conversation.
Yeah, she went out full on. I'm hostile to your existence. So,
Yeah, no,
and I just like I I will say this. Sometimes okay, not even sometimes. A lot of the time, Blair White can get very arrogant. Maybe is
Basic
the right word.
bitch. I
I wouldn't say
see.
basic.
I
No,
don't. Really? You wouldn't? Okay.
I would say that a lot of the uh shit that gets flung at Blair White, she kind of brings it on herself because of the
Yeah.
attitude and the way she talks to people. Because she can
Yeah.
also be very, very condescending herself. It's like
Yeah. She
I
can.
think Blair White can be very entertaining as well, but it's think I stopped following Blair White like 7 or 8 months ago
Like,
because I watched there were very few videos of hers that I watched that were actually entertaining or thought provoking for me.
right. No, and I would agree with you. I'm like, I don't hate Blair White. I don't have an issue with her. I don't think I have no malicious feelings towards her. And but she just doesn't interest me.
Yeah,
Like
no,
her
that's
content.
exactly it. It's I follow people and I watch their content because they inspire contemplation,
Yeah.
right? They provoke thought. You know, they produce interesting content that's coming in at it from a different angle that I didn't really see for it before, or coming at it from an angle that is kind of counter to how I would see it, or coming at it and just giving me ideas that I hadn't thought of.
Mm.
And and that's why I watch them. That's why I continue watching them. Except for a couple of them, I just watch them because it's entertaining. Like Bearing, I
Yeah,
watch
Bearing. I
Bearing
was
because
gonna
he
bring
makes
up
me laugh.
Bearing.
Bearing makes
Yeah.
me laugh. Chris Raygun, most of the time he makes me laugh.
Uh,
Other times he makes me think. You know,
I think Chris has a good balance. I I I fucking enjoy Chris Raygun though. Like that might be a
I
bias on my
enjoy
side.
probably 95% of his content. There are parts where he overdoes things just a little bit, but that's part of him. That's part of his style. He's very
Mm.
over the top. He's very in your face about the stuff that he does. It's all comedy based. It's all supposed to be entertaining. It's just
Yeah, and I so like yeah, and that's the reason why I think I don't remember who it was, but somebody brought up like the difference between the different kinds of people
mm,
when it comes to the skeptic community. Like there's definitely um more closer to um like you got Sargon Vernaculus, and I'd
does
put them in.
Vernaculus even make content other than live streams anymore?
No, he does. Do you make his
Does he?
videos?
I
Like
thought no.
he's
I mean, I thought he stopped making content altogether a couple of months ago, and it's decided he was just done making videos.
No, he's been like right now, the majority of his content so far has been like one of two things, and that was vernaculus. It has been him talking about the different places he's gone because he's just kind of like traveling and he's showing up to different places.
Oh, that's right.
But the big thing that is on his channel right now is his Stalin series. And he is going through the life of Stalin. And
I'll actually have to
it's
check
really good.
his channel out again because I was
It's
sub to him for a long time, and then I think I saw a video where he was changing the direction, and he went on hiatus for like 3 or 4 weeks, and I was like, I guess he's not coming back, and then I unsubbed.
oh, okay. No, no. He's
It was like
like
a
he's
year
in
ago, I think.
he's in kind of a transitionary period. Like
Kind of
his
like what Nick
content,
was doing.
yeah. He's definitely focused more on say like books and just like things
That
along with
interest him.
yeah, because sure he's done some the morning paper streams. I'm seeing four of them right now. And then but he's done things like he went to a museum and so he created a video called "The '60s Millennial," where he was just kind of like um, explaining all the stuff that he saw in the museum and then relating it back to the millennials of today and like the riots and all that kind of stuff today. And then
Mm-hmm.
he I think there's at least one or two shit posts in here. Um and but the main thing that he's got going on right now is the Stalin series. He just uploaded part 3 today, which I'm actually rather excited for. I've been waiting for him to upload part 3 for a while. And it's really fucking good. I would suggest everyone to go off and watch them from part 1 to 3. I think no wait, hold on. He has yeah, no, it did start with part 1. Okay, he didn't do a part 0 this time. But it's really good. And so I would put Vern and Sargon into a more side of the community of the ones that spend a lot of time like intellectually like making you think. And then
Analyzing and stuff.
right.
Well,
Right.
I
And then Bearing.
Sargon's actually turned away from that a little bit and gone into more of the outrage style
Has
over the
he?
last 6 or 7 months. It's like he's reading documents and he's
Well,
being
I would
outraged and explaining
I
like
would
why the article is wrong and stuff. And I'm I still watch the most of what I watch from him at now is just the this week in stupid stuff.
that's probably the reason why you think that because he's always
I
stuck with
watch
that
his
kind
other
of
stuff too, and a lot of I watch a lot of his the thinkery stuff, and a lot of it just seems so outraged. I haven't seen a proper um
okay.
analytic dialogue from him in a little while.
I would watch The Tale of Two Narratives if you're looking for that, or
No,
why is
I did watch
everyone
that.
leaving the left? It was a really good one. I would disagree with you in the sense of just that's where his channel is going because there's
It's not
only
so
been a
much.
few of them.
It's not so much where his channel's going. It's just it's the content he's been producing lately because he's um he's spending a lot more time traveling and going to events.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of what's happening with Vern too. But I would again like Vern. He does have series that are going that are a lot more
Oh
analytical.
yeah, it's just they
Um,
don't get uploaded quite as often as they used to.
that's definitely true. And I don't know. I do have a slight bias towards Sargon and Vernaculus, and I do enjoy their content vigorously. So maybe I'd have to go back and look at it more objectively before I like made an argument for like for or against what you're saying.
Hmm.
But but I would put those two in a specific category, and then I would also put Bering and Chris Raygun in their own category as well. Chris kind of he sits a little bit higher than Bering. I think I've mentioned this. I don't really have an issue with Bering, but there are sometimes he'll upload something and I'll just be like, okay,
Really?
Bering, okay,
Like
all
I
right,
miss
that's
I actually miss his response videos that he would make where they were actually a more they could be like 10 or 15 minutes long and he's actually responding to videos that he's that of and he's making actual responses and whatnot and he hasn't made those in a while and I don't know it's I really just watch him for the entertainment these days.
mm,
um it's just there's actually a number of YouTubers that I used to be subscribed to that used to make very interesting content and then they changed the content that they were making. I mean, let me actually look at my. I've got two accounts. I've got the one where I've got everything that I'm subscribed to that I watch on a regular basis, and then I have other stuff.
mm,
My Smart Pig account is only subscribed to a few channels.
Mm.
Let's see here.
What if I share screens?
Wait a
Let's see.
second. Dendro made more content? Oh no, he didn't. Okay. Damn. It's just it had a one next to him. Let's see. I'm subscribed to Irate Bear.
Okay.
I like him. He's entertaining at the same time as he actually he presents interesting ideas from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been subscribed to him for a long time. And I can't I think it's more of a loyalty to the person himself
Mm-hmm.
rather than the channel and the content he puts out. He's an interesting guy. Um, let's see. Logic, I watch his content.
I've seen some of his stuff. I find him kind of interesting. Yeah.
He can be interesting, but there's also plenty of times where he can be really boring, depending on what video he's making a response to or a debunking to, because he's a straight debunker. Like he does like political responses every once in a while, but for
Mm-hmm.
the most part he does atheism debunking. That's what he's really good at. Um,
Right, and I've actually, to be completely honest with you, Smart Pig, I've never been interested in the God debate on YouTube.
and
It's
I just I find I find them interesting in a funny way.
mm,
Like it's amusing. Let's see. Mr. Medicare, he's just entertains the shit out of me.
I hate
Omegon,
Medicare.
he can from you wait what?
I hate Medicare.
Okay. Uh Omegon, he's interesting. Let's see now. Prince of Queens he can put out some interesting content from time to time. Raging Golden Eagle, he's like the only MGTOW that I'm sub to. Ranting Monkey, Sargon of Akkad, Sinatra says simply because sometimes he puts out interesting content. I can't stand his voice.
His
I
voice, huh?
can't stand the way he talks. Not so much what the information that he puts out, it's just for some reason the way he talks and his voice just grates
Who,
the hell out of me.
who
I can't
exactly?
stand it.
Who?
Sinatra says.
I don't like him, especially since you've gone to just YouTube. I have a I don't want to say a moral objection to him, but I have an objective to him just simply on the basis that his channel is called Sinatra Says. There is no theme involving the time period of Sinatra. There is no, like, he doesn't try to like structure his channel in a 50s way. Like
He
there's no
doesn't he's
connection
not
back.
actually playing he doesn't have an actual character.
No, and it just like that irks me for some reason. I'm like
But
yeah.
yeah, no, I I find that he puts out interesting content from time to time. Like that as in like 1 in 7 or 8 actual videos that he makes is interesting.
Mm,
And I have a hard time actually sitting through those ones simply because he grates. It's his attitude towards things, I guess, and just the way he speaks just reminds me of someone, and I can't remember who it was, but I hated them. Um, Sir Six, the social inequality crusader, he makes me laugh. Uh, Rageaholic, the quartering, uh, Tillier, I haven't really seen anything of his in a long time. Well, I haven't actually watched anything of his in a long time because I haven't had hours to sit down and listen to it and actually analyze it. It looks like he actually has a number of videos that I haven't actually watched, but for a while he didn't put out anything. well, he went down to like he still only does like two or three uploads a month, but who else? Undoomed. I don't really watch Undoomed because it's
I have a slight bias towards Undoomed because of Undoomed is his animation, like his cloth physics of
oh,
his
his
suit,
his
and
animation and the
it,
way he does his videos is just
it's
it's pretty good.
oh yeah.
He has a lot of polish to what he
Mhm.
does, but I don't know why. I really don't. I don't watch his content very often. And
I
it's just if there's other stuff that is just more drawing to me. Who else do I got in
you
here?
know who I stopped watching that I was watching?
Who?
Satirician? Yeah. The Satirician. I used to be
I
subscribed to him, right?
I've watched a few of his stuff ever since that spat that he
With
had with Shoe on Head, where he like went full retard on her Poe
right.
video. I haven't been interested. It's not that I don't like him, it's that I think that's when the real like the chaos was getting underway.
Well, he took kind of a break. He took kind of a break with around that time period, and at that time period, I was just subconsciously watching less and less variety of the YouTubers within the spectrum. Like I started getting a lot more into I don't remember what time period that was. Was that before the Saints or after?
That was before the Saints.
Um that
I
was
think
before the
that
Saints.
was like either before the Saints or right around the time the Saints
Yeah.
started.
So I was going into to just like watching the Saints. I had gotten really kind of disenfranchised with a few of the different YouTubers and all that kind of stuff. Um, I just got down to just like Vernaculus, Bearing, Sargon, Jeff, the Saints, and like a few others other than like Chris Reagan. And
That's kind of where I'm at right now. Is I a lot of the time when I'm watching YouTube videos, I've actually got them on my phone playing through the speakers in my car while I'm driving to and from school. That's really the only time I'm actually watching videos anymore, unless like something an interesting title from someone I'm subscribed to pops up while I'm at the house. I generally try to keep all the videos I watch to those times because I have like a 45-minute drive to school in the morning and a 30-minute drive back because of traffic.
mm,
So I use it's I don't know, it just it gives me something to do while I'm driving. And that's kind of what been having to do with the YouTube Saints as well is like I'll listen to them while I'm driving to school the next morning because they go so late into the evening.
mm,
You know,
I yeah, no, you live on that opposite time zone though.
yeah, I'm out on the East Coast, and the it's like the Thursday, the midweek Saints. That one's not too bad. It's just I've got so much other stuff going on Thursdays that half the time I'm either still at work or I'm on my way home, and I'll catch like part of it on my way home, but I don't go back to it because it's like I don't even bother trying to get into the waiting room anymore. You know,
Mm.
I was in the waiting room 30 times in a row.
Oh geez, did you ever get in?
Three.
3 times.
Three times.
I think I've been on there around that same amount. I don't really go into the rating. I don't like I don't really like watching things um like that way, where you're
Well,
just
I
kind of like
stopped.
waiting for it to like pick you, because I'm just seeing
Yeah,
every.
I stopped. I stopped because there was a trend developing, and it was because Jeff uses that Google random number
Random.
generator.
Mm,
That's not really random. It's actually a really crappy algorithm. So the same numbers keep coming up over and over and over and over again.
mm,
So it's basically like you'll get a 1 and then a 7 and then a 15 and then a whatever. And then you'll come back the very next week and it'll get the 1 and the 7 and the 15 over again. It's the same numbers being called over and over and over again. And that's why they actually had to start doing some of the things that they do in it. But you can only sit in that waiting room so many times. And I've talked to him 3 times, but it's ever since I started doing locked and loaded, it's like, yeah, it'll happen eventually. We'll have conversations eventually.
right. So,
I would still have conversations with him in the Discord.
right, of course. Yeah, no, there have been multiple times I'll just be sitting inside the Saints Discord, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Nick comes in or Jeff just jumps in, and so it's less like that. I think how they're setting it up is like, when you if you were to join in on something like that, the focus is the stream rather than just talking to them, so you're making an entertaining stream. Um, but so to move back to like who the different YouTubers we watch, I want to know what you think about Armored Skeptic.
I like Armored Skeptic.
Do you?
I do. I enjoy his content. Armored Skeptic is actually the second quote unquote skeptic that I actually subscribe to. I actually got into watching this stuff when a friend of mine shared a shoe and on head video to me. And he's like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting. That's funny." And so I
Mm.
just started looking around, and I ended up getting um, "Atheism is Unstoppable." I listened to a number of his, like 3 or 4 of his videos, because this was back when he was making like 45-minute long videos. And it's just like, dude, okay, I get it. You hate these people. They're fucking morons according to you, whatever. So I started searching for someone else, and I was like, what, let's look at this. And then I found Armored Skeptics and stuff, and I was like, this is actually pretty entertaining. He does a
I
pretty good job at this. He's definitely a content producer. Um,
Yes. And see, that's why I've actually started watching Armored Skeptic.
oh yeah?
Like the first time so I watch specific videos. Okay. Again, I really don't have any interest in the God debate. So those videos, like Josh doesn't understand rap. I know who Josh is. Um, I
Yeah.
find him quite annoying. Um, I watched his MythCon video. I watched his Red Pill Black video. The one that really caught my attention is the UFO series that he's doing,
That
because
he's doing right now, yeah.
right, he did
I
this.
I'm enjoying the direction he's taking his content.
Right, and so he did, and one of the reasons why I saw this, because I started watching his videos, and then all of a sudden, I'm actually a huge watcher of Mouthy Buddha.
Uh-huh.
I love Mouthy Buddha. Mouthy Buddha is a filmmaker like me, and so his stuff it speaks to me in a lot of ways. And right before, not maybe right before, but a little bit before Mouthy Buddha or Armored Skeptic started doing his videos, Mouthy Buddha did a video on, where is it? Yeah, he did a few UFO videos, and he talked about um the Tom, gosh, Tom DeLong. Yeah, so it was these two videos right here. So the Tom DeLonge stuff where he was creating this new program and this new um like division of the United States.
But by the way, so not it's spelled chemistry, CHEMISTRY.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can't spell it. I know.
Yeah.
um, but he started doing these, and and a month ago did it a specific way, and then all of a sudden I see that Armored Skeptic was doing a video, with Tom DeLonge in the thumbnail. So I started watching those because he had a little bit different take on it, and I was very impressed with how he did it. And so I've started going back through some of Armored Skeptic's videos. I know he has a bit of a reputation, so like I was a little surprised to
He's
find that you like him.
he is rather arrogant.
Yes,
And
I.
he admits that he has issues keeping his arrogance in check.
Mm-hmm,
And I think that's actually pretty interesting.
mm-hmm,
I actually yeah, he has his faults. He knows he has his faults. He's been working on his faults, and that's one of the reasons why he's started changing some of the things, some of the stuff that he's been doing has been getting away from the politics and back into interesting stuff and interesting conversations, which is
mm.
why he's doing the UFO stuff right now.
Right, and he's also done stuff like the sheep disproves gravity. That was a funny fucking video.
That was
Um,
it was
uh,
definitely scroll down.
okay.
Scroll down. Let me see if I can keep scrolling. There is one that was really good. Ah, I can't remember what it was, but it was just the whole thing was just absolutely hilarious.
Mm.
And I can't remember what it's called. Um, there they are. The globe was an inside job. Part 1 and 2.
Those kind of funny is those kind of
Those they were entertaining. Um, so another content creator that I find incredibly entertaining is actually Woz Lee.
Oh, Wosley, yeah, no, he doesn't
Yeah,
upload
dude.
enough,
Well,
man.
that's because he doesn't make any money off of this. He works. I don't know exactly what he does for work. W A WOZ
I don't know how I keep hitting fucking.
WOZ space LEE. Yeah, Woz Lee.
Don't
Dude
give pod
is
control.
absolutely entertaining. Go to his videos.
I actually enjoy the fucking.
Which one was it? My favorite one he did was the Halloween one. Scroll down. It's the Halloween one. Where is it?
Burnt witches. No.
No. It's where he's talking about scroll back. Where is it? Fuck. But it's my favorite one. It's just no. Put in final Brexit. Blah blah blah. Crap.
Hmm. I have found the way he talks about
Now I gotta find
things to
it.
be extremely interesting. Um, this video.
Whoa.
Uh, what's up?
There's a lot of stuff on there that that weren't showing up on yours.
What do you mean? And then click subscribe. Buck's gonna not like that I'm subscribing to channels. It's still the same amount of videos. I mean,
Really? I don't know. I saw some that didn't. Where's the one where they're talking about the decline of Western civilization, full Macintosh,
full Macintosh. Oh
Johnny
gosh.
McDirtbrant?
Can I run audio through
I don't
fucking
know.
uh cam people?
Hmm.
Well, but
It's
like,
one that he was responding to. He was doing a video on Lacey Green.
oh, skeptical.
No, this
Oh,
is an older one.
way before he was doing it. Okay. Um.
It was the Halloween costumes video that Lacey Green did like 2 years ago.
Um. I don't think that I see that.
I'm not seeing it either. But you could tell. There it is. I found it.
Okay.
I am woman. I am feminist. I am drunk. That is my favorite video by him because it's fucking hilarious.
I love the opening like little thing. Look at that. Look at that fucking face. Um. But no, I enjoy the fuck out of Wesley. He actually like his animation is actually really fucking solid.
It's very clean. He
Yeah.
puts a lot of effort into it, and which is probably why it takes him so long to make videos when he
He
makes
also
them.
he also makes like really long ass videos. Look at this. Look at
Yeah,
this.
because he puts a lot of effort into it. It's like he
I
doesn't want to do half-ass stuff.
I prefer long videos anyway. But then there's obviously you have Doctor Random Cam.
I prefer videos between 10 and 30 minutes. If it's only like 6 or 7 minutes long, odds are I'm not going to watch it because
I
it's not enough.
I
There's very few creators that I will watch a video under 10 minutes. PSA Sitch, have you watched any of his stuff?
no, I
Here,
haven't.
let me actually put a link to his channel. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. Well, actually, he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff, but it's all entertaining, and it's all more than somewhere. Uh most of it's more than 10 minutes long at least. Here, hang on.
But so like another YouTuber I enjoy vehemently would be Doctor Random Cam.
I don't
Um,
I haven't really watched his content.
really, he solid. Um, he he definitely plays off of like this drunk um cartoonish persona.
I think that's what
Um,
actually kind of threw me off of him. Is like I'm not really I don't know, it's just something about him just kind of didn't catch my interest when I've seen some of his stuff.
um, his good shit is like, can you hear that? Can you hear the audio that is coming through?
No, I can't.
Um,
Let me see if they can hear it. Yeah, no, they can't hear it.
Okay. Um.
Yeah, doesn't he do most of his stuff in a song form?
Uh. No. No. He has done a lot of stuff much like this where he does song responses. Because there's a lot of people who make like political songs, and so he just responds to them, and they're actually really fucking good.
Well,
Um.
yeah, I mean, I think the last time I watched Dr. Randomir Cam stuff was when he was at Sargon's first live. He did the live this week in Stupid. It's like 2 or 3 months ago,
Right. Yeah.
and and he was there, so that it was entertaining, but I skipped through most of it because
Mm.
the joke song stuff doesn't really capture my attention very well.
Well, to get into his more serious or just like more um traditional YouTube skeptic type video content, like it would be when he went through these videos, the this the one up chicken ship, the can't say that word.
Isn't that
Um,
isn't that where he's going back and forth with Chrisiosity?
no, 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 no. So this is kind of a response to the where is that video? Um, it is. Do you remember the anti SJW questions for anti SJWs?
Yes.
All right. So his this video where he responded to everything, but then he decided to make sure to go to every one of the people's channels who is in that video, and he did a video on their channels. Like he went to like what's his name, H Barmer guy's channel, and found it, criticized it. He went to one janitor's channel, he went to Tim's, he went to whatever the fuck his name is, because he's like I don't even know who this guy is. He showed up on the fucking questions for SJWs, but I've never heard of him before.
Which guy?
This one.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, no, I've only seen him in that
Yeah.
video.
No, and then again, the only other time I saw him was when fucking Dr. Rodham made a video about it. But that was it. Like but no, he's got a lot of really good stuff. He yes, he's a little bit more off the cuff, a little bit more unique, but that's one of the things I love about him. He's
Hmm.
interesting.
So, if you like longer content that's actually interesting and informative, PSA Sitch actually does a really good job. He's broken down like two of his really good videos for PSA Sitch was for the net neutrality stuff. He actually broke down like the history that led up to the net neutrality stuff.
Mm,
It's like the video is net neutrality lie.
right, it's right here.
Yeah,
But
that
then
was
wait,
a
hold on.
really really good one. Another one that he went through was the Riley Dennis advocates for illegal violence. Please don't.
Mm,
That was a really good one. Um,
this is a different YouTuber.
PSA Sitch.
No, this 1791L. I'm almost 100% sure that is. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he was responding to 1791L.
1791L is actually not that bad of a YouTuber. I think. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe. No, I think. I don't know why I know him. All right. But
Scroll back down to that comment that he made.
I got a few emails about this, so I reiterated the response to PSA's concerns a while back. He's since puzzlingly unpinned my response, so you can find it here. Well.
That is not something I'm willing to read right now.
No, neither am I. No, 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 neither am
I'd
I.
have to actually, you know.
Okay. We've been honestly we've been talking about YouTubers for like a little long.
Well, yeah, well, that's kind of what we were decided to do with this. Was we were just gonna talk about random shit, I guess. Um,
True,
so
true.
what else do you want to talk about?
Um, man, so did you happen to see the Matt Dillahunty versus Jordan Peterson debate?
No, no, I
No.
have not seen that.
All right. Well, then that's off the
Yeah.
docket. It kind of needs it. Oh man, I really wanted to just talk about Kanye because I thought the whole thing was completely fucking ridiculous.
The whole thing
Uh,
is completely fucking ridiculous. I mean, they're freaking tearing him a new asshole because he's gone off the reservation he's not fitting in that little box that they want him to fit in anymore.
like
You know,
I went
it's
on Facebook like for the first time a while ago to because I had to go there to look at something that somebody sent me in a message. Um, and I saw like a shit ton of people with "You're dead to me, Kanye." I'm like, oh
yeah.
gosh.
I only the only time I actually go on my Facebook anymore is when I'm tagged in something like an old army buddy of mine. He'll tag me in um these veteran memes that he
Mm,
gets, and they're funny. And when I have to do stuff for my Patriot group that I'm part of,
mm.
and
Um,
that's really the only time I go to on Facebook anymore, and it's made my life so much better because like the only social media that I use is really Twitter nowadays, and I'm not interacting with people that I'm friends with in real life. I'm interacting with
yeah,
people on here, like
right.
on YouTube,
I
YouTubers that I enjoy.
I I love Twitter. Twitter's a garbage fire, but I love it. I
Yeah,
love getting on there and just arguing with random people from the internet.
like
I love.
I don't even really argue with people. I
Oh
just go
yeah.
on there and make dick jokes all day.
No, I get into arguments. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing to do is just find someone who's saying something completely retarded, respond to
Yeah,
them on why they're wrong, and then get into like this full thread long argument, and then have watching as like other people jump in and try and defend them, or and
yeah,
just
no,
be like,
I usually just go on there and respond to something that someone says and is like in a snarky way. It's most of the time, like the more I enjoy their content, the more snarky I am about it. Is like I give irate bear so much shit all the time, but it's all right because it's funny. You know, it's like I don't say something just to be mean. I say something to be mean and funny at the same time. It's like
mm,
I've been just it's like innuendos and just dick jokes and things like that. It's like someone was talking posting on a Prince of Dew's one of Prince of Dew's posts earlier something about one of the creators that they follow. I can't remember who it was, but they said, and then they punched my cat, and I was like, is this a euphemism for something? Prince of Dew's response was, "You need to be stopped." I'm like,
oh my gosh.
it's just so much fun.
I
That's all it is to me. Is it's entertainment. It's fun. That's all it is.
I I it is, and it's like I've talked to multiple people in the Saints Discord about this, and they're like, I don't understand how you could use it. I'm like, I think what it is just I have a patience for stupidity that is beyond a lot of people's because
I
I don't
encourage
find it.
stupidity.
Yeah, but I don't find it irritating at all. I don't find like someone ranting on about fucking uh, Planned Parenthood, someone named Planned Parenthood posting on their Twitter, abortion is healthcare, abortion is healthcare, abortion is healthcare. I see that kind of shit. I'm like, the fuck are you doing? And I laugh and I jump into conversations like that. I find like I'm not even gonna state my opinion on that because like I just think that kind of shit is hilarious. Here, I'm gonna actually reshare my screen because this like I fucking just like this kind of shit. It's just like really you could have just said it once. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, no, that's that whole say things multiple times memes. Wait, let me see here.
um oh shit, god damn it. But no, I also enjoy Twitter because you know you can follow up on things like when Count Dankula was going through his trial thing. I paid heavily attention to Twitter to make sure you know to see all the updates and see what was going on. Look at that thing. Look at that.
Hey, let me actually. That is a fat raccoon.
He's a very fat raccoon. Holy shit. But I follow a shit ton amount of people that I enjoy, like Orwell and Gotti. He's funny. And you get into a bunch of things like, why am I seeing a post from 2017?
Uh,
Uh,
Reasons.
okay, all right. Is he wearing the same shirt? Yeah,
What?
he's wearing the same fucking shirt. All right. But no, I don't. I hate Facebook, but I love Twitter for some reason.
The only reason I have Facebook, and it's literally is I got Facebook when I joined the army so that I could keep in touch with my friends who were back home. And now I am using it simply to keep in touch with the friends that I have spread out across the world. That's it. That's all I have it for.
Yeah,
It, and I don't even really do that anymore. It's like I'm not one of those people who really keeps in contact with people. It's like it could be 2 years from now, and the guy I consider a brother can call me, and I'll talk to him. Hey man, what's going on? Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's like nothing happened. Like I saw him yesterday. It's like that's just how I am. That's how a lot of veterans just are. You know?
right. And like for me, I have Facebook because I use Facebook Messenger to talk to people. That makes it easy. I hate talk like posting something and like to an audience. Like voice I can do it. Like I can have a conversation with you or I can have a conversation with a bunch of people in the voice chat. But just like going on to Facebook and posting something that you're supposed to get reactions from your friends
Oh
online.
yeah, no, I don't.
That
I don't even bother. It's like
that
back when we were going through that whole Trump election thing. I freaking lost like 8 or 9 friends on Facebook because they were posting bullshit, and I called them on it. Like, dude,
oh
what you're posting is bullshit.
I couldn't do it. Like I also have a huge issue with like letting people know my political views in real life out of fear of losing them as friends. So I don't talk to anyone about my politics in real life. I
I,
I
I
I,
don't care. It's
I
like
just
I have friends that we are like polar opposites, yet we're still really good friends.
oh I have a really good friend. I've known her for about almost 2 years now, and she's the only person in my like IRL life in quotation marks
Pretty
who
sure
has my
Sony knows what you do too.
okay, I said quotation marks, okay. Um and, um,
You
uh
say, Pretty sure there's someone on here that knows you in real life that knows your politics, buddy.
Who like has my Twitter?
Oh, hey, by the
Uh,
way, did you get the butt touching privileges back?
no.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Poor thing.
but but no, so like she has my Twitter. So she sees all of whenever I go on rants on at people about my political views. We've
Uh-huh.
actually I she has a house party every Saturday night. And so I'd show up at them a few times. There'd be times where we'd just be sitting there just like a little drunk, and I'd be like, what do you think about politics? She's like, I disagree with you completely, but I don't have a problem with you personally. And I'm like, I like that. And I'd fall back asleep. but like I'm in film school at a college in Washington. I I know for a fact that I know three of them that are Antifa. Like like so I can't in my own like deal
The
with the
last
anxiety of
that
trying
you
to
just reminded me of the last real time that I actually got political, like actually had a political conversation, argument on Facebook. It's like somebody who used to be my friend. They weren't actually ever really my friend. They just
an
we went
acquaintance.
to the same, yeah, an acquaintance. We went to the same freaking stuff. We did the same LARP, and she or he or whatever they are now added me on Facebook, and I was like, okay. And then I never actually accepted the friend request, but they were posting, like another friend of mine started posting about like Antifa, and this person started going on, Antifa's not that or this or that. They're not bad. They're anti-fascist. Blah blah blah.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
fighting the good fight. And I was like, oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Here's what Antifa really is, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I posted the videos from the G20 conference, and then the
Oh
videos from the
yeah.
Berkeley riots, and all this, that, and the
Yeah.
other thing. And
Well, they tried to light a building on fire because like, oh, Milo's in there. Let's light the building on fire. Oh, he's not in there. Unfortunate. You
yeah,
know?
and I haven't seen this person talking about Antifa as a good thing after that. And it's like, yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're actually talking about. Antifa is not a good organization. Antifa is not anti-fascist. Antifa is fascist.
Fascists.
It's
Yeah.
like this is what Antifa does. They are not good people.
So yeah, yeah, and
They are.
to respond to the chat, PJ says, I thought they were classified as a terrorist organization. They are in some states. I don't know
They.
if there are everywhere.
I don't know if they're federally classified as
Yeah.
a terrorist
What is
organization.
it?
They are classified. I'm pretty sure they're classified as a terrorist organization in Europe after the G20 conference.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's just it's that was the last time I really got political. You know, everything else has just been like, no, you're wrong with it, and this is why you're wrong. It's like when they were going talk all the freaking AR-15 ban bullshit that was going on. It's like
Mm.
someone's like saying that even
Oh
mini
yeah.
14s under the proposed AR-15 ban would be banned. Is like, no. And then they also tried to say that mini 14s were also banned under the 1995 AR ban thing
Mm.
restrictions, and it was like, no, they weren't. And here's all the information to it. Here, I found all of this stuff on Wikipedia just by glancing on it that says that you're wrong. And I didn't even have to read all of the supporting documents that they linked in it, all of the supporting citations. It was like, and that conversation promptly died because they're like, okay. It's like,
I
I
keep
go
going.
ahead.
The only time I ever had a political discussion in real life was um was I think it was a few months before the election, and I was sitting in the green room at the film school, and we were just talking, and no, it was way before the fucking. It was back when you know Black Lives Matter became relevant because they're not anymore. um,
Yeah,
uh,
no.
and so it was back when they started becoming a little relevant before they died being relevant, and I brought up my criticism of it to two people that were inside the room, and I found out that one of them, at least later on, I found out this guy was Antifa because it was like it was the end of it was the end of fall quarter, and the dude stood up to present his film, and he's like, "This film is anti-fascist and anti-Trump. We need to go out in the streets and protest and show them that we're not gonna take this lying down." And I'm like, "Oh, all right." But when I was having this discussion with this person, I'm like, yeah, I don't understand. Like they get extremely violent. Black Lives Matter is what I'm referring to at that time, and they're like, and they both made this argument that change never happens without violence, and I'm like, oh no, it
Because you're gonna get
was.
hurt.
But it's just like that kind of mentality I think is what fuels a lot of Antifa is they believe that you can't have change without violence. Um
That's fascism.
yes, it very much is, and that kind of thing is not good for a civilized society
No.
at all. So
Speaking of Black Lives Matter,
mm,
this is I feel really racist right now because when you brought up Black Lives Matter, I thought about the shit that's going on with what's this Diamond and Silk.
oh yeah,
You
yeah. The
know about
people
them?
didn't they get booted off of fucking Facebook, and then
Yeah.
they got criticized for it. They're like, oh no, wait, sorry, that was a mistake.
Mhm.
Sorry.
And they went before Congress and everything during that whole Facebook stuff, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it was funny is like they were being put on the spot about they were asked if they had received payment from the Trump administration, and they said no. And then one of the I think it was a congressman, started going on about, but you, what about this $1,047.28? You know, this is it's cited here as its consultation fees, and it's like, no, that was a mistake. That was a reimbursement for plane tickets that we bought, but you received money from them. You received payment from them. No, we received a reimbursement from them. There's a difference there. And it was like, there's a big fucking difference between being paid and being reimbursed. It's like
Right.
it just boggles my mind that they're just trying to get them on some kind of perjury charge on things that they it's ridiculous. It's, holy shit. It's like, no, we were never paid by the Trump administration, but what about this reimbursement? Is like it's a reimbursement. What of it? And we weren't actually paid for anything. We were reimbursed for it.
Yeah, yeah. The money wasn't going as yeah.
It's
No,
like it would be no different if the campaign had actually bought the specific ticket so that they could go to that event.
yeah, no. It's not a payment. Yeah, yeah. No, I completely get what you're saying.
You know, it's just it's this whole the whole political climate over the last, oh fuck, 6 or 7 years has just been going straight into, it's like there's almost no middle anymore when it comes to the politics that are going on TV.
Oh no,
The
they're
stuff that's the
100%.
stuff that's actually in Congress and the stuff that's in the House and the stuff that's on the news channels. It's either all the way to the left or it's all the way to the right, and it's just this constant war between the medias about it.
And they view it as a war too because there's no like uh, there's no charitable understanding for the other side ever.
Yeah.
ever. What was that? Jordan Peterson was doing a talk, and he decided to talk about a study. I think this was Jordan Peterson. I could be getting
Probably
this wrong.
was.
And there was a study that went out, and they grabbed like 2,000 or something people, and they split them up into categories. They got like I think they split them up conservative and liberal. And they gave them a questionnaire, right? And it was a questionnaire of the beliefs, right? And so it was like one of the political tests. And they had them do it 3 times. Everyone did it 3 times. First time they did it was their own beliefs. Second time they did it was they were supposed to answer a way a typical conservative would answer it, and the third time would be answer it the way a typical liberal would answer it. And so basically they wanted to see who could answer all 3 of them correctly based off of the beliefs that were set as the control for the first time they took the test. So this is the second 2. What they ended up finding was conservatives were a lot more charitable when they answered as liberals, and they were a lot more correct when they answered as conservatives. They got both of them to where they were within a pretty close to what the control group found to be what was considered liberal and what was considered conservative. Whereas liberals, when they answered for the conservative, they were way out on left field. It was like really bad, and it was that spoke to me in a lot of ways of just where we are at with our politics.
Well, see, that's the thing is it's indicative.
Yes,
However the fuck you pronounce that word, of how things just have become is like the right listens, right? Conservatives listen to what's going on. Conservatives, more times than not, are actually rather compassionate people, and they care about what's being said and what's the truth and so on and so forth. I mean, you've got some nut jobs that don't care and whatnot, and just they think that things should be this way, and that's how they should be, and it's for the best for everybody, blah blah blah, right? But then you have so many people that are, they consider themselves liberal, and it's I'm right and you're wrong, and I don't care what you say. I don't care about your feelings or anything like that. I don't care about the truth, blah blah blah. I don't care about what you're actually saying. You don't believe what I believe, so you're evil and wrong.
Mm.
And
Yeah, no, and that would for me, that's what comes down to a lot of the issues that we see in our political just like conversation is just how completely uncharitable a lot of the sides are when it comes to trying to understand the person who they're disagreeing with. You end up like, this is one thing that like, there are a few things that actually did irritate me on Twitter, and like I don't actually have to deal with them anymore. One was Christy Winters. Christy
oh fuck
Winters
that
was
bitch.
extremely disingenuous and kept trying to pull gotchas, kept being just and I keep using the term uncharitable in the way that she was viewing what other people was saying, like consistently. That's indicative. Am I saying that right? Indicative.
Yes.
Of how
Chat, how do you say it?
um they're not going to respond for another like minute and a half, but of how
Wait
like
for it.
but just of how we are in a time period, and I don't know how long it's been because I think someone's criticized me of saying, oh yeah, it's gotten really bad. Well, compared to what? Where it is, the waters are so muddy of how people see the other side, to the point where they're not even arguing with the person they're having an argument with. They're arguing with an idea that they think the person is. We saw that very heavily with the Sam Harris Ben Affleck debate. Um, like I,
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
yeah,
It's
and
like,
we saw this just inability for Ben Affleck to hear anything that Sam Harris was saying. And with this, and it keeps happening. Like we just saw it happen back in January with the Sargon. I mean, with the Jordan Peterson interview on was it Channel 9 or whatever it
was
was
it
with
Kathy
Kathy.
Newman?
Yeah, Kathy Newman.
Was that
She
January?
That was January, man.
Holy
Um,
shit. That
she
was so
couldn't.
long ago.
I was. She could not at all hear him when she was trying to make any arguments. Like there was only
It's
one
not that
time.
she couldn't. I have to disagree with you there. It's not that she couldn't hear him. It's that she was. She heard exactly what she was saying.
When he was
Don't let her actually fool you into thinking that she didn't understand what she was saying. What she was doing was she was intentionally doing that. She was intentionally doing this gotcha thing. She was intentionally doing this this it's a straw man, right?
yeah,
That's the argument she was doing. She was
was
intentionally straw manning him the entire fucking time because that is what she wanted to do from the start. Like
right,
he could have gone up there and completely. The only way she wouldn't have done that is if he was saying things that were all in credit exactly what she would want him to say. You
right,
know, if they were on the same side, I hate to actually say side in this, but that's exactly what it is. If he was on if they were on the exact same side, the only way she sorry, I have to back up and actually rethink about what I was about to say. Um, the only way she wouldn't have been doing those straw mans is if he was parroting exactly what her side would say. Like she that whole interview from the start to finish was disingenuous to begin with.
yeah. But this is
She
it's
the whole her whole goal the whole time was just to demonize him and make him out to be a really bad person.
right, and consistently we saw, fucking this is just like this one-off thing, and this isn't an isolated incident. We see it over and over and over and over again, and you keep ending up in these like basically you keep seeing the media getting closer and closer to Antifa, which are the extreme of the extreme, but like every time I see an interview where like someone tries to make a statement about the rights or and all that kind of stuff, you just keep seeing it getting closer and closer to the Antifa. Just like, I don't care if you're not with me, you're against me, you're a Nazi um
Exactly.
type.
It's and I you have people on the right that's doing that as
Oh,
well.
100%. Oh no, don't even get me started on conservatives. Like,
But I from what I have seen, the right is much more willing to see the opposition as people.
sometimes, I don't really have an argument one way or another
Well,
here because I
again,
have
it's
seen them
anecdotal.
not do.
It's anecdotal.
Right, right,
It's
and
from what I've seen, and I live in the deep South, man. Well, not the
right,
deep South as in the booties, but I'm in the South.
right, and well, I've tuned into Fox News every once in a while, and Fox News, they have this way of talking about things that just irks me. And I see it a lot in my, like, when I have conversations with my dad. I am slowly getting through to my dad, but like my dad, he spent his probably his entire grown up life living listening to Fox News and like Rush Limbaugh and like those kinds of stations, and I hear the same thing from him. He has no ability to differentiate between someone who's not conservative and a liberal. um uh and B, it's just there's a ton of just like overgeneralizations and um it's just,
Wait, your dad's a conservative, right?
my dad's a pastor, so yeah. huge
I was gonna
conservative.
say, what the hell is he doing in Washington?
Uh, I asked the same question
It's like
in the.
I ask my buddy from the army this all the time, dude. What are you doing still in Washington? And it's it's his family.
Yeah,
All
no.
of he grew up in Washington. It's his entire family's in Washington. And it's like, dude, you need to get out of Washington while you still can, because guess what?
Oh
It's
man.
coming.
Oh man. No,
I
like
joke with him about it all the time. It's like, dude, you need to find a job down here somewhere because guess what? It's coming. The the
oh,
the red tide is coming.
oh fucking
Oh,
um
should I say the blue tide now?
uh
The silver tide.
Isn't that weird though? Like that they're blue for some reason.
Well,
But
no, I mean it comes back to like blue pill. That's where it
mm,
comes from. And it's well not just the blue pill, but also like the Democrats are blue.
right, no, that's what I
Republicans
mean.
are
Is
red.
that not weird that the Democrats are like the blue party and then the Republicans are the red party? Is that not a little weird to you?
It's always been that way.
I
It's
know.
always been the Republicans are red and the Democrats are blue. It's just I think it's funny because you had the red tide, you know, the crimson tide of the communists and whatnot. But I don't know. I just look at a political map and you see the country and all the counties broken down into who's where it's kind of which county is blue, which county is red, and it's like red outnumbers the blue by quite a lot. That's kind of interesting.
Um, there. Well, what's funny about Washington is Washington. I don't know if we've talked about this, but Washington has this weird thing that I don't know if it's replicated in any other state. Maybe Oregon. You see, Washington is divided by the Olympic Mountains range from the west side and the east side. The east side is farmland and plains and just desert, and the west side is what most people think when they think of Washington. The really green. It's always
Yeah,
raining
no,
and
the Pacific old growth forests.
right. And so the east side is completely red, whereas the west side is completely blue. And it's divided by that mountain range. And it's really interesting. I was sitting here and I was trying to explain to my dad, Teus's fault, um, a political compass. And this is a flaws of the political compass. Interesting. Here, I'm going to share my screen with everybody, and it's so the political compass. Oh, wow, that is laggy. I'm going to remove my mouse from that so it's not looking so bad. But when you kind of look how it's broken down into it, uh, uh, one of the things I tried to explain to him was this compass, and I failed a little bit at beginning because if you look at it, like the colors are actually really close to each other. My dad is colorblind, and so all he saw was the word fascism above the right top corner, and he's like, "Look, I'm conservative and I'm not fascist." And then I had to go back and be like, "Oh, I see what happened here. No, that is a square box. That's a box within this." But
Yeah.
we consistently have it where, and this is something that I was trying to explain, is how different like all of this is. Like because like for me, I sit down like about I would say four boxes down, one box to the left. Um, when it comes to the political compass, maybe a little bit lower down.
See,
Um,
I'm right in that libertarianism box, that big
Center,
libertarianism box.
the center.
Uh,
Oh, you mean the one,
Center
the
right.
center right? Okay. Um, it's a little bit more. And like I think as time goes on, I consistently like learn more things about politics and get more opinions because there's a ton of things within politics I don't have an opinion on. I don't have a
Yeah, same here.
and so which is probably the reason why I sit more closer to the center. Um, and uh, PJ responded. He says, "Don't you mean East Side is blue and West Side is red?" um, but when you see it broken down like this, it's I like the compass simply for the fact that um there is so little amount that makes up, like say you being in the libertarianism, or like me being center, or like there's a fascist up there, or the communist or the socialist. There's so little amount, and I could, if we were to get everyone to do a political test, it would fill up the entire thing. I mean everyone to do
Mm-hmm.
one. Like the entire thing would be full. And because no one sits in the same place on any of it. Me and you agreed on a lot of things, but you're farther into the right. Um and so it's just like we I think a lot of, I don't know if we ever had it, but right now for a definite fact, the majority of people see this side right here is socialist, this entire side, and this entire side is fascist. That's
Yeah.
how the majority of America looks at it. Honestly, it's scary. Um,
Yeah.
because that's not how people think. And well, just like for their own internal stuff, I mean. And it's just it's that it's incredibly disappointing in my opinion. Just
Well, yeah. I was I was going with something. One of the things that I think needs to actually be returned to uh the classroom is civics class.
civics, explain.
Uh-huh. Civics, where they actually it, they teach you about how the government works,
Mm.
how it was supposed to work.
Yeah,
Another thing
significant.
that I think they need to bring back is cursive,
Why?
because, huh?
Why?
So that you can read the freaking Declaration of
all
Independence and the Bill of Rights.
right, all right.
Not only that, but it's actually proven to be a much faster writing style.
Yeah, because everything's connected. All word is
Yeah,
one
you don't
giant
have to
string
lift
line,
your fingers every single time you write a letter. It's
and
much faster.
that's the reason why most signatures, actually, well, most signatures of my generation and back are cursive.
Yeah,
Um,
my signature is cursive. I know how to write. I know how to read and write cursive.
me
It's
too.
like I'm 31 years old. You know, I was
It's
one
really
of the
not that
last.
hard. There's only 2 or 3 letters in the English language that just look a little weird when it comes to cursive, but the rest of it looks the same.
No.
No?
F.
You yeah, it doesn't look like F. I said there's only 1 or 2 letters that don't look
Well, you have
like.
A. A is. How do I explain this? When you actually start stringing them together, you know, it's hard to tell what they actually are. Like some of the key letters, like S. S is hard to tell what it is. Z is hard to tell what it is.
Okay, yeah, sometimes, but that still goes back to my statement. Is there are only a few? Because I can tell that's an A. I could tell the lowercase is a B. Coming down, you said S. Yes, that doesn't really look like an S. I can agree with you, but I would say like
What
it's
about Z?
S. Yes, so Z S. I'd say L. I mean I.
Uppercase Q.
That looks like a Q.
That's an O, dumbass. Go to the right two letters.
I know it was a joke. No, you didn't. God
G.
damn it! I
Look at
know.
uppercase G. Look at that.
Okay, I'm confused on your point. What's your point? What are you getting at here? Because you're not really disagreeing with my statement. I said that there are a few letters within it that don't look correct,
I'm
and
just
all you're
riling
doing
you
is
up.
proving my point.
I'm just
So
riling you up. That's all I'm doing is riling you up. No, it's just my penmanship sucks though. It's like I can't write very well at all to say, but I can read it.
tell me about it. I can't either.
It's
Um,
like even my freaking block letters freaking look horrible.
I have never been able to get like it down to where I'm writing something well. I just I just kind of like fuck it. I don't even care.
Yeah,
There's
if
very little I
if
do
it
with my
ever if it
professional
ever comes
writing.
to me having to do a whole lot of like note taking or writing or whatever, I'll just buy a notebook or a little netbook.
No,
One
just
of them little tiny laptops that's
get
really
it
just for word processing.
right. No, get an ultrabook. Don't get a netbook. Netbook are from like 2009. Ultrabooks are the newer version that are
They're the same
the
fucking
same.
thing.
No, netbooks are caught. They're like they don't make them anymore, which means that they are like extremely slow now. Like
They're
and they
obsolete, but they're
are
still the same fucking thing.
whatever. Just yeah, whatever. But
It's just a tiny little laptop that's just designed to do freaking word processing on, and that's it.
ugly. They're extremely slow and
I mean, if you're trying to play a game on them, they are. But
no,
dude,
I mean they're really slow.
either way, freaking, you can get one of those little miniature laptop things. Hell, you don't even have to do that. You can get yourself a freaking tablet and one of those rubber keyboards that they slot into,
Mhm.
and type away on that.
Right. No, yeah. There's like I'm a video editor, and so there's almost nothing that I do on like paper and pen anymore. Um, so like for me, it's not that much of a concern, but it would have been nice to be able to figure out how to write, you know, well.
Studies show that the more intelligent that you are, the sloppier your handwriting.
They also say that studies show that the more creative you are, the more dirty your room is. But a dirty room is annoying as shit. Like I
Well,
can't
you're
stand
you're
clutter.
you're surprisingly unimaginative. No, it's like it's actually the studies show that the faster you think, like the faster you think and the more intelligent, quote unquote, you are, uh the sloppier your handwriting get because you're trying to move so fast to get your words out so quickly. It's like that's why a lot of the times you'll every once in a while you'll hear me pause like that.
Mm,
It's a habit I've developed to make sure that I actually say all the words that I'm trying to say.
mm,
Because if you get me speaking really really fast or typing really really fast and really into what I'm typing out and saying, I skip entire portions of a sentence. I'm not joking. I will say the first word of a sentence and then the last two words of a sentence, and then you'll look at me like, "What the fuck are you trying to say?" And it's like, I said this.
she's just not
You didn't
drunk.
say most of that. No, I do it mostly when I'm sober. Actually, when I'm drunk, I just ramble and the topic goes all over the fucking place, like right now.
Mm. Well, all right. It has been an hour and 45 minutes of us just talking about random stuff.
And we've maintained an audience of 6 the entire time. I'm quite pleased by this. Apparently, our random ramblings and idleness of speech is entertaining enough for 6 people to watch the entire time.
Uh, yeah, apparently. But it has
Uh,
been. What was it?
Go ahead.
It is. It has been a really just an interesting, vomit of words.
It's been an interesting conversation that we've actually been able to hold because for some reason, every single time we've ever gotten into an actual conversation, someone who isn't here has to interject.
Yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been locked and loaded. A very Muslim weddings are inconvenient indeed. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you in Friday is when we're supposed to be doing our game stream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Friday is our game stream, so we will be posting that. We will be posting that the actual channel will be streaming on. I think it's this one or it's a Twitch channel. If you
We
guys are interested.
we still haven't figured that out. We'll see if Buck's even gonna show up for it.
Yeah, well, if he's not, we can just figure something out on Arc or something. I don't know. With you getting freaking murdered by something every couple
Every
of minutes.
10 minutes, it's just like, hey,
No, no. By
fuck you.
Friday, by Friday, I plan on us having flak armor at least.
Mm, I don't
So
know what the fuck that means, but all right.
it's metal armor.
Okay.
Anyways, thank y'all and good night.
Have a good night.